Hello, fifth grade. Mrs. Heels here with another art lesson. Today I would like to introduce you to an artist named Robin Mead. She's still alive. She's an American artist practicing and working out of Georgia. And she sells her artwork like online and at different galleries and street festivals and things like that. She also gets her work printed on things like greeting cards and textiles. So she composes her compositions by filling the whole paper. Oftentimes the bottom of her paper will have like flowers or some kind of land. And then in the middle, she'll have the sea or a lake or some kind of water like a seascape. And then in the background, she'll have either the sunrise or the sunset or a little bit of land again, like maybe some trees or some mountains, and then the sun. So that's how we're going to compose our composition. You can put whatever you want at the bottom. If you just want to put water and waves at the bottom, that's fine. Then in that case, it would be a cool on the bottom landscape and warm on the top, or seascape. Because the cool colors would be the blues and turquoise from the water, and then the warm colors would be the red, yellow, and orange for the sunset. So if you wanted to put flowers or land in the bottom, you could make those warm and then put your cool blue and turquoise colors in the middle, and then you could put warm colors again at the top for your sun. That bottom of the paper is called the foreground, and then the water is in the middle ground, and then the mountains or more plants and mountains are and sun is in the background. The other thing I wanted to point out to you is that we're going to focus on today is the line quality. Now, line quality is what the lines look like in the artwork. So for this particular artist, Robin Mead, she varies the thickness and thinness of her lines, and she also has patterns that are made of lines in her artwork. So for today, when we're going to draw in pencil first, and then we're going to go over our pencil lines with black crayon or black oil pastel or Sharpie. And so you can play with the thickness and thinness of your line quality with those black materials that you're using. And then next week, if you want to go back into your paintings and add some patterns with oil pastels, you can do that. So for this class today, you're going to need a paper, 12 by 18. You need a pencil, and you need a black crayon or Sharpie or black oil pastel. And that's all you'll need today. So I organized my composition into thirds. So the foreground is some flowers, the middle ground is some waves and some water, and the background is my sun and sunset with a little bit of mountains back there. So once I got everything drawn, I went over everything with crayon. So you want to fill your paper or fill your composition with whatever you're going to put in those sections from left to right. You want it to be filled. So then after I had everything drawn in pencil, I went back in and played with my lines. So in the water, for example, I made some of those lines thicker and some thinner. And I did it kind of randomly. So I didn't make them all fatter right in the middle or thicker in the middle of the paper. I moved the thickness and thinness around. I did the same thing with my sun. After I drew my sun in pencil, I went over those pencil lines with black crayon. And then I went back into those same black lines and made them thicker or like double width where they are closest down by the sun. So if you wanted to put some black patterns in some areas now you could, or you could wait and do that with colors next week. I like it. Like if your sun is yellow, if you go back into the sun with like a darker yellow oil pastel and then put your pattern there so it's kind of barely visible, I think that looks really cool. So today your goal is to just get everything drawn and everything outlined with black crayon, Sharpie, or oil pastel, and then get your name put on the back. And next week or next class, we'll work on painting. So if you only have 2 sections or 2 different areas in your composition, that's totally fine. You'll have like a foreground and then a background. If you end up having 3, you'll probably have a foreground, a middle ground, and a background. And so your task today is to draw that, but also to figure out how you want to organize your composition and what you want to put in those areas. So today the elements of art we're working on are shape, line. We're not working with color today. And we're working with space a little bit because we're working with composition. Okay, I'll see you next class.